What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about something more controversial, and it's kind of hard to make a video about since I know that if I side a specific way, people might bash me, but it is what it is. But we're going to look at it in a more standpoint based on the rules that the tournament has given. So this is about Aurora and not being qualified for the ESL for the next stage. And then I saw a lot of comments where, oh, why is SRG not qualified as well? Why is BTR qualified? They had the same points as SRG. That's a different group. And then in the case of Aurora, they were tied with Hoshi and Falcons as well, Myanmar. All right. So now you guys are going to be thinking, I'm Rrq, so I'm going to be siding with the Rrq. But I'm going to break this down for you so you guys know that I'm not biased or anything. We're just going to go with how the rules are set so you guys understand clearly how the rules are made. All right. First thing first is the rules are different for each tournament. All right. So, for example, ESL is a different tournament from MPL PH. And even MPL PH is a different tournament from MPL Indo since it's a different region. All right. So they might have a different pointing system. I don't know. There's a chance that they might have a different pointing system and stuff like that. They might have heroes that are banned and the other region doesn't have. Well, usually that's not the case. But in terms of pointing system and how the playoffs are played, the format, sometimes it's different, right? Because it's a different tournament. It's like comparing two different countries, pretty much. Like the Philippines has different laws than the, US has different laws. United States has different laws. So it's kind of, look at it that way. Just take a look at it that way. Different tournaments means different countries. Just take a look at it that way, on that perspective, throughout this whole video, before you go into the comment section and get mad at me. All right. Anyways, we're gonna read the rule first. All right, from ESL. All right, we're gonna compare to MPL season 14 of MPL PH. Okay, so that you guys understand more as to why Rrq Hoshi actually qualified and not Aurora. Okay, so let's look at it this way. Tiebreaker rules. This is actually on their official handbook, on their official rule book. And I don't even know if they can edit this. To be honest, I don't want to make any theories about them editing their rule book, but this is their official rule book. How do I have this? I'm in their Discord, so I know I have the rule book. So that's why it's here. As you can see, I'm scrolling down and I'm in their Discord server, so that's where I saw it. And this is their tiebreaker rules. If we read it, ties for all offline, which is it was an offline event, and local and regional competitions, online tiebreaker rules, if applicable, can be found in the specific rules. It's not an online tiebreaker rule, it's an offline tiebreaker rule. So, are broken by looking at the following elements sequentially. Alright, so Bonchan actually posted about this on Facebook as well, and it was kind of interesting for me. So I had to be honest, I'm a US citizen, and I had to look up the definition of the word, like, just to make sure I know what it meant. All right. So for those of you that don't know what it means, because I didn't know exactly what it meant before, so I looked it up in Google, and sequentially actually means by forming or following a logical order or sequence. All right. So you got to go through it one by one. So number one goes first, and then number two, you look at number two, and then if it's still a tie, you go number three. If it's still a tie, you go number four. So the first thing you look at based on the rules is number one is points. All right. So how does a specific team gain points? So this is going to be different for all the tournaments as well. So let me just explain it to you this way. MPL PH season 14 has a different pointing system than ESL Snapdragon. All right. Like I said earlier, be on a perspective where ESL Snapdragon is a different country than MPL PH season 14. All right, so let's look at the points. So how does one team gain points? So from the rule book, all right, this is the rule book from ES official rule book. As you can see, it's literally like I'm literally on. You can see all the rules here. This is the pointing system for ESL Snapdragon for this year. Okay, so 3 points for winning 2-0 games, 2 points for winning 2-1 games, and 1 point for losing 1-2 games, 0 points for losing 0-2 games. So it looks like ESL is rewarding teams that 2-0s. They reward teams that 2-0 more. All right, compared to the teams that 2-1. It's more rewarding. That's how it used to be in MPL. Actually, this is the old MPL PH pointing system. All right. Now, all right. Hopefully you guys understand that. This one kind of gives more rewards to those that kind of win matches, like even little by little, or even if they lose, if they get one match in, they get a point. All right. They actually reward you even for losing. So you guys need to understand that. All right. This tournament, it's a different country. Again, different country, different tournament. They reward the specific games, not matches, like in general, like overall. Games overall, okay? And if you 2-0 the enemy, it's a more, you could say a more convincing win, so they reward it more. Because they're a different country, they have different set of rules. For a 2-1, they reward it less, because the win is less convincing. So it's only 2 points. It's only 2-1. Now 1 point is like a nice try consolation prize. 1 point for losing a 1-2 game. 0 points, you didn't win anything. Why do you deserve a point, right? 0 points, 0 games, 0-2. Now let's look at the MPL. All right, pointing system. This is the MPL Season 14 pointing system, which was last season. It's about to be Season 15. So MPL Season 14, this is why Filipinos are so kind of like mad about what happened right now. I think they got used to Season 14 rules, I think. Because this pointing system, again, MPL Season 14, MPL PH Season 14 is a different country, different tournament, different country. 2-0 is 1 point. So 2-1 is also 1 point. And then every loss, 1-2 is 0 points, 0-2 is 0 points. If you lose, you get nothing. If you win, you get all the rewards. So whatever happens, so pretty much look at it this way. MPLPH rewards the teams that win the series, rather than they don't have any consolation prize or anything. No consolation prize at all. Right? So this country rewards teams that are winning series, you know, not getting, oh, I got 1 point from this because I got 1-2. I should have gotten 2 points from this because it's 2-1, stuff like that. So it's the same thing. If you win, it's a win. If you lose, it's a lose. It's a different mindset, different country, different law. So that's a pointing system for Season 14, right? So now, if you look at it this way, let's look at the points, how it's broken down. So I broke this down how? If you're asking how I got those points, I made sure that it was correct because I looked at the Wikipedia and I got all their points. I tallied it down, I put it in a notepad, and I was like, all right, so this is how the point system of ESL should be broken down based on their laws, based on their rules. All right, so that's what we first look at first, because the rule book for ESL actually makes us look at points first, which is the number 1. Points. All right, so how are the points broken down? So on the left side, it's actually the Aurora, Rrq, and Falcons Myanmar 3-way tiebreaker. All right, they're all ties. They're all 7 points. Why? So for their first series for Aurora against Myanmar, they got 0-2. Second series, they got 0-2 by Rrq Hoshi. They won against Onic Indo 2-1, which is 2 points, right? They won against Falcon PH, which is also again 2 points, right? And then they 2-0'd Evo's Holy, which is 3 points. So if you add that all up, it's basic math. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 3 is 7 points. All right, let's make that clear. Hopefully you get your calculator out if you can't keep up. All right, for the next one, Rrq Hoshi, okay? They lost to Evo's Holy 1-2, which is 1 point. That's only 1 point because they lost. They won against Aurora 2-0, which is 3 points. All right, 3 points because they won 2-0. It's more convincing. They lost 0-2 versus Falcon PH, which is 0 points. They won versus Falcons Myanmar, which is 3 points, more convincing. Versus Onic Indo 0-2, 0 points. So if we add that all up, so 2 2-0s means that's 6 points. 3 plus 3, 6 plus 1. 7 points. So that's why they are tied. All right, that's why they are tied, even though they lost one more series than Aurora, because they rewarded the 1-2 here. They rewarded the 1-2 while Aurora had games that are 2-1s. So that's the reason why. Yeah, Aurora had games that are 2-1s. That's why they weren't rewarded as much as Rrq, right? So let's see here. Falcons Myanmar, another tiebreaker team. 7 points as well. Now, we look at the pointing system. They 2-0'd Aurora. So even Falcons Myanmar actually head-to-head beats Aurora. They got 3 points, right? 2-0, 3 points. Onic Indo, they lost 1-2, which is 1 point. It's a loss, 1-2. Versus Evil's Holy, 1-2, which is 1 point as well. Versus Rrq Hoshi, also head-to-head, 0 points. And then for Team Falcons PH, they got 2-1, which is only 2 points because it's only a 2-1, not a 2-0. So if we add that all up, 3 plus 1, that's 4. All right, plus 1 is 5. Plus 2 is 7 points. So that's how they got their points. All right. And if you look at it head-to-head, Aurora actually lost to Falcons as well, Myanmar. And they lost to Rrq Hoshi. So in a 3-way tie, they actually lose head-to-head. And for Rrq Hoshi, they beat Aurora and they also beat Falcons. Right? So in the 3-way tie teams, Rrq Hoshi beat those 2 teams head-to-head, actually. So for Falcons Myanmar, they actually beat Aurora 2-0, but they lost to Rrq Hoshi. In terms of head-to-head, they win against Aurora, but they lose against Rrq Hoshi. All right, now let's look at the other group. Because a lot of people I saw in the comment section were comparing Group A. Oh, why did BTR have the same points as SRG and stuff like this, and they did not qualify as well? Well, we're gonna look at it as well. All right, so BTR, they lost against Onic PH, which was 0 points, right? TLID 0 points. They lost 0-2. They won against See You Soon 2-0. And I'm surprised Flash got off a win from them. If they won 2-0 versus Flash, they would have... this is BTR. Never mind. This is BTR. So they won 2-1 versus Flash. That's 2 points. 2-1 versus SRG. That's also 2 points. And this is the head-to-head. That's why I put an asterisk on it. SRG, though... yeah, if you add that up, that's 3 plus 2. That's 5. Plus another 2. That's 7 points. So that's how BTR got their 7 points. If you look at SRG, they beat See You Soon 2-0. That's 3 points. Team Flash 2-0. That's also 3 points. So that's already 6 points. But they lost 0-2 to TLID and Onic PH. That's 0 points for both those series right there. And then they lost to BTR 1-2, which is 3 plus 3 plus 1 is 7 points. And in terms of head-to-head, BTR won. Because during their series, BTR was the one that came out on top. Alright? So that's the pointing system, right? I'm just explaining to you guys how they got their points. So now we look at the points. Now the next thing to look at is the head-to-head, because that is number 2. Again, we got to look at their law as their country. ESL is a different country. Sequentially. All right, let me repeat this. Sequentially is by forming or following a logical order or sequence. So after number 1, we go number 2, which is head-to-head. The direct match result between the tied participants. So whoever's tied, you look at the direct match, and whoever won, usually, that's who's gonna come out on top. Alright? I don't even know, to be honest with you, I'm gonna be honest with you, ESL. I don't even know why these are added, because in most cases, by head-to-head, like, after you're done looking at head-to-head, it's usually done. Like, the judging is done, and these don't even matter anymore. So I don't even know why these are here in most cases. I've never seen, like, a situation where these could be applied if this comes first. Alright? But then again, that's their rule, it's their law, it's a different country, we can't do anything about it. Alright? It's their government. Pretty much their government. So, unfortunately, we can't do anything about it. Now, if we look at head-to-head, again, that's number 2. We looked at the point system, everything's set, everything's fair, so far, based on their point system. So they all got their points fairly based on their point system. All right, 7 points, 7 points, 7 points, 7 points, 7 points. So now let's look at the head-to-head. I was explaining it earlier. Aurora actually lost to Falcons Myanmar and Rrq Hoshi, which are the 2 other teams that are in the tie right now. All right, and now we look at Rrq. They beat Aurora and they also beat Falcons, which are the 2 also other teams right now in the tiebreaker. All right, in the tiebreaker. What makes it a tiebreaker is the points, not the matches, guys. Alright, so if you're looking at the matches, it's a different country, different system. So don't argue with me, please. Falcons Myanmar, on the other hand, they 2-0. They won head-to-head versus Aurora, but they lost to Rrq Hoshi head-to-head. So that's the reason why Rrq came out on top. They had this. They had all the same points, but in terms of head-to-head, which was the second point of the law of the government of ESL Snapdragon, Rrq Hoshi came out on top, even though they only won 2 series. Right. So hopefully it's making sense now. I think the Filipino people are going crazy about this because the pointing system for MPL Season 14 changed and they got used to it. But to be honest with you, sorry, my alarm went off. To be honest with you, the pointing system for MPL, the 13 seasons before this, the pointing system was like this, exactly like ESL. If you guys remember, it was only like it was 2 seasons ago, so I don't know how people could forget. Like, the pointing system before was 2-0 was 3 points, 2-1 was 2 points, 1-2 was 1 point, and then 0-2 was 0 points. Now, the country changed laws. MPL Season 14, they changed laws. I don't know if they will change the law at Season 15. We'll see. And this is what happened. And the Filipino people got used to it. Alright? So hopefully it makes sense. Like I said, I'm not trying to be biased here. I know I'm Rrq. But I'm just looking at it. I'm trying to give you guys the perspective of the tournament organizers so you guys could see it better, or I don't know, just look at it from their perspective, because it's their country, it's their law, so we cannot really do anything about it. Hopefully that's, how do you say this, that's relatable. Like, if you're in the Philippines, and like you would say this country sucks because of this and this and this and this, and then you go to another country, you compare it to another country, right? Different laws, different countries, different tournaments, different rules. So hopefully that makes sense. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please don't bash me. I'm just trying to explain to you guys what happened. But from my understanding, this is exactly what happened. And that's why Rrq went to the playoffs. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. Yes, people have different opinions. Oh, they should change the rulebook. They should change their laws about this. Yes, I understand. I agree. I definitely agree. But it is what it is. It's their rules. They said it in the first place. And I don't want to make any theories that they changed it, because I don't think they changed it. To be honest, I don't think ESL would do that. So, yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Like the video. And, yeah, just keep it positive in the comment section. Please don't bash each other. And especially, don't bash me. I'm just the middleman. I'm just trying to explain to you guys the pointing system and stuff like that. Alright, so anyways, I'll see you guys on the next video. See ya.